Alright, we're live once again on a Thursday evening doing another Impact review, TNA that is. Your host, Tony, and my co-host as always, Bizarre One Dave. How you doing tonight?
Great.
Alright, that's good. Alright. Alright, let's get, well, let's just jump right into it as the title says. Dixie goes through a table. We're not spoiling anything. As you saw last week on TNA, they pretty much spoiled it for you, as the hashtag It Happens was going around Twitter this past week, mostly used by the TNA wrestlers. But let's just jump right into Impact tonight. How are you doing tonight, Dave? You said you're doing good?
Yep.
All right. Well, the show opened up with Tommy Dreamer, Devon, and
No.
Bully Ray. No?
It was the Monsters Ball match kicked off the show.
Oh, okay. I thought they interviewed him before the show started.
Oh, wait, you're right. My bad. I think I did show him beginning. My bad. I thought you were going to the in-ring thing. You're right.
They were just, pretty much just hyped it up, said that they were going to make it happen tonight, which we already know what happens. But just jump into that Monsters Ball match, which was Abyss versus Bram in a Monsters Ball match. What did you think of the match itself?
You said it best, though, on Twitter earlier. If you guys don't know, you can follow Tony at homie.clown24. It was more of a brutal match than it was like some 6 spots in it, than it was more or less a great hardcore Monsters Ball match.
Yeah. It was a brutal match, the thumbtack, barbed wire, so, all that good stuff, but it's just the same old Monsters Ball match. It's what happens every time they face each other. Or if Abyss faces someone in that kind of a match, someone goes through tag.
This match was nowhere near. If you guys ever seen like Jeff Hardy versus Abyss in a Monsters Ball match, those matches are awesome. This was nowhere near anything like that.
Yeah, and that Janice shot that he gave him was kind of soft. It looked like he just hits him so softly into the stomach, and that's what beats Abyss. I mean,
Why?
like, seriously.
Why? You can't really ever hit anybody with it. It got some nails in it.
Yeah, seriously.
Just have a barbed wire.
Yeah, I get the gist of it, that you want this, like, he's like some kind of scary guy, or he's intimidating and stuff. But
every time I see that, I think of the horrible way they ended Jeff Hardy's or RVD's reign.
Oh, I think I remember that.
And that was just so stupid. Oh, he's dead. He's bleeding all over. It's like they make him seem like
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
That was just so stupid.
Totally forgot about that. Yeah, good point. Yeah. It was a brutal match. Thumbtacks, chokeslam through the thumbtacks. Magnus got involved. Then we got a spear through the table with the barbed wire.
Yeah.
So Bram ends up picking up the win. So I'm pretty sure the feud is not over yet. But yeah, Abyss, of course, was bleeding on his arms and stuff, and Bram was cut up on the back from the thumbtacks. But kudos for him taking that bomb with the thumbtacks. I can't feel good. I'm pretty sure. And taking him out can't feel any better either. So hats off to Bram. We got later on after that, we had Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Kenny King come out to the ring with I thought he messaged me back on Twitter. I actually thought he could have came out with a little bit better looking women. But anyways,
what do you say?
He was disappointed in them as well, or something like that. So I guess he thought the same thing. MVP pretty much cut a problem, said that when he was the boss, he had to deal with the crybaby wrestlers. Now, as long as they have the belt, he has all the power. with none of the problems. No one has been able to beat Lashley. He said there's no one left for Lashley to beat, which then brings out Bobby Lashley. I mean, I'm sorry, Bobby Lashley and Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode ends up coming down. The crowd gave a pretty nice little pop for Bobby Roode. He pretty much said he hears him talk. Let's see, what did he say? Roode said no. Lashley is a destroyer. He has beaten the best, so Lashley is one of the most dominating wrestlers to ever hold that title. Wow. MVP said, "Tell me something we don't know." He told MVP to shut up. He was here to talk to Lashley. He said he's a former world champion and he has held that title longer than anyone else. Is that true, Dave?
Yes, it is. He was champion for like over a year.
All right. He also said he knows what it takes to be the champ, and MVP knew that, which is why he sent him home. He also said the plan was for MVP to be the champ, but he blew out his knee. He was going to use Lashley to get him the title. MVP tells him to shut up. We've said that while Bobby was dominating, he was kicking King and MVP's asses. Which this pretty much led into a big old beatdown. Well, they ended up attacking Roode, and Aries and Eric Young ended up coming out to the save. And pretty much set it up a match which they announced on TNA tonight, which will be next week, which will be a 6-man tag match between Roode, Eric Young, and Austin Aries versus MVP, Kenny King, and Bobby Lashley. And we both agreed that we would be very interested in seeing a match between Lashley and Roode. Wouldn't you?
I mean, it looks good. I mean, I'm not saying I would pay for it, but I mean, it seemed like it would be a good match. We'd get a replay on Impact anyway, so what would be the point of paying for it?
With Lashley's credit, he's had some pretty good matches since he's become champion in TNA, or since he's debuted, I should say. So, I mean, him and Roode going at it would be a pretty good match, I think. And it sucks that Bobby Roode is, stuck in TNA and can't become something in WWE. I know he wouldn't become anything like I would want him to be, but it sucks that his time has passed with the WWE. But hopefully, maybe he'll be the TNA champion here sometime soon. It looks like they're giving him the push right now. Any thoughts on them announcing that 6-man tag match next week?
I mean, on what you said, I mean, if it's true, if TNA does go under in a couple months, I mean, it's very likely you could see a few of these guys end up in the WWE.
I mean, it'd be nice.
They're known on the circuit, so, I mean, WWE couldn't really deny that. And you have a guy like Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe. I mean, I can't think of everyone offhand, but I mean, a lot of guys that they probably James Storm. I don't know if he would go there, but he would go. And I don't see him go there either.
Austin Aries would be nice.
Yeah, but I mean, the 6-man tag. I don't know how MVP is going to do in it because he's kind of injured, I believe. But okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won't be in the match very much.
Hey, kudos to MVP for out there performing though too, injured.
Oh yeah, definitely. He went out there and had a match last week against with Bobby Roode, correct? And I guess it was a decent. I don't remember seeing. I might have missed that match, but yeah, MVP credit for him just going out there with an injured knee. He could injure it seriously more, so credit to him. Next we had the Anderson, Shaw, and Gunner. Pretty much that they announced that they're going to be having a match tonight with the Bromans and Zema Ion in a 6-man tag match. We later got the cameraman on Bully Ray, Devon, and Dreamer. The cameraman dude was asking Bully Ray. They asked who his partner was. They said that they were going to have a special partner tonight. They didn't say who it was, but you thought were hoping it was going to be Raven, correct?
Yeah, I guess I should have realized. I wasn't thinking because I remember David Hero tweeting out earlier today that Al Snow returns to Impact, and I was like, I guess I should have dawned on you, but it really didn't. I thought Raven would have been a perfect, but I was set for that, but because those really would have been three of the original main ECW guys, or four of them, I should say.
Mm. But yeah, didn't mean to spoil it if you were waiting to see who it was later on the match, but yeah, it ended up being Al Snow. But we got our match with Zema Ion, Robbie E, and Jesse versus Sam Shaw, Ken Anderson, and Gunner. I am not a fan of Ken Anderson. I'm tired of him already. I was a fan with him in the WWE days when he first started, but now he's just annoying, and I just don't care for him very much. The match was all right. I think they're setting up, I guess, some kind of feud, maybe I don't, maybe with Anderson and Shaw, or Shaw and Gunner. What do you think happens? Do you think Shaw turns on them?
Well, it depends how long this crap stays on, so we'll see. If it stays on for longer than the next couple months, then I mean, maybe we see some type of thing where Shaw actually earns Anderson's respect or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's where the line they're going.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can understand where you're going with that. I mean, he's still portraying. I guess he's portraying like a recovering addict or whatever. Like he's the nice guy, and takes the blame for everything, kind of thing. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not really interested in this story.
Maybe turn heel on him or something, I guess.
Yeah, maybe Gunner maybe turns on him. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because he's trying to play up Shaw to be the nice guy, and that they should trust him.
No one really cares about, honestly. I mean, I could care less about it, honestly.
Yeah. Well, the match is all right. The Bromans pick up the win. Dixie Carter says she is not. They go to back and show Dixie Carter with King Mo. She tells King Mo she is not afraid. She said King Mo by her side, that she wouldn't be afraid, and that King Mo has knocked some people out, and that she wants him to knock out Bully Ray.
Stupid thing about this whole segment. King Mo, how many wins do you have? I don't know, too many to count. How many knockouts? I don't know, too many to count. I was like, really? You couldn't, know your knockouts and wins?
Yeah, I guess maybe he was trying to sound intimidating, but he made himself look stupid.
He should have known. It's like, okay.
Yes. Well, and speaking of that, we had the hardcore death match that was next, which was Team Bully Ray with his team, and Ethan Carter with I don't even know Ezekiel's name. We'll just say Ezekiel Jackson, Snitsky, and Rhino. That's right. And versus Bully Ray, Devon Dudley, Tommy Dreamer, and their surprise guest, which was Al Snow. What did you think of the match? I want to hear your thoughts.
I mean, the match they had a few weeks ago was, I thought, better than this match was. The match was good, I guess. I mean, but how many times are they gonna go through this? Are they done now? Is it done with all this crap now? I mean, I kind of hope so. It's getting kind of played out a little bit.
I agree. I was kind of maybe too young to remember the ECW days, and I'm not sure if every programming was all the matches were hardcore. I know that their pay-per-view matches were, I believe, because I remember ordering maybe 2 or 3 of them before they went out of business. But anyways, it just seems like every week TNA has to have some kind of gimmick match on the show. They can't just have single matches. They had a Monster Ball match, they had a hardcore match tonight. Next week, they might probably add some kind of hardcore match. I mean, I just don't understand why they need to have so many gimmick matches. I guess they think that's what draws the audience to the screen. to
Well, it
see a
does
chair
draw.
shot or something.
I mean, it does draw people to want to see a hardcore match, especially there, the live crowd. Ooh, we're gonna see this, this, and that. You know, it draw that, and it'll draw viewership. People want to see it. You know, like especially all those WE guys. People want to see. They look. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, I'm tired of them playing up to the NYC crowd. You know, all these tapings have been all about the NYC crowd, the hardcore, ECW nostalgia. I mean, it's gonna get played out, and people are gonna get tired of seeing these old. I'm not gonna say washed up, but old guys coming through TNA and getting a push over the other guys.
Yeah, I
But
mean, but what do they really use though? That's not getting a push.
yeah, I mean the match was good, like you said. They had some couple of
I mean,
there
the
was some.
shots weren't even that really big of a deal to me, really.
No, I think the best move of the night was Al Snow's moonsault. I mean,
Yeah.
I
And it
mean,
was so funny how they tried to recreate the nostalgia of the old ECW little head thing with Al Snow, and they did not even come nowhere near it.
yeah, it was. I mean, it was a nice moment, but yeah, they didn't. It was
They
nothing
tried
like.
to recreate it, but you couldn't.
But yeah. Um. But yeah, there goes that.
And then the
Next,
finish I thought was stupid in a way, because it's like, oh, just a random 3D tag finisher, and that's how they end it. I mean, it's like, okay. And honestly, I think they booked it kind of stupid, because this honestly should have been the main event. And then you go in right into the Dixie Carter segment. That's how they should have done it.
that's what I thought they were gonna do too.
It was like, why would you wait? I guess build anticipation for it.
We'll get to that at the end, because a lot, like I said, a lot of things at the end of the show just didn't make any sense to me. But let's just continue on with this show, and we'll get there because we're almost there. We get the knockout segment with Angelina Love, Velvet, Gail Kim, and what's her name? Taryn Terrell, right? And pretty much they're setting up a fatal four-way match next week on Impact for the world, for the women's title. I can't stand Angelina Love. My lord, I just can't stand her.
Who?
Angelina Love.
I mean, it's like that's the only four they have. I mean, it's all they use. And Velvet Sky went from being a top contender to basically just being a piece of ass for the guys to look at on TV.
Yeah, well, she wasn't the best wrestler in the TNA, but she could hold down the match. She's definitely eye candy, that's for sure.
Yeah, they went from her being one of their top knockouts to basically being a sideshow or whatever. You know, basically that's it. Not really a sideshow, but just someone for guys to look at. That's it.
Yeah. So that was that. Oh yeah, we forgot to say Team 3D or Bully Ray's Team won the hardcore match. But hats off to EC3 because he's definitely worth watching on TNA. If you don't watch TNA, if you don't like TNA or something, I would definitely check out EC3. He's definitely worth watching. WWE dropped the ball with that guy, definitely for sure. Let's get to this whole damn Dixie. Oh, whoa! I forgot the best match of the night. I'm sorry. My apologies. Which was Sonata, Samoa Joe, and Low Key. And my question is to you, Dave. Why the hell is Sonata scared of James Storm?
I don't know. I mean, it came off. I know we're in a different time now. I mean, maybe back in the Attitude Era it would have been a lot differently, but this came off a little racist to me a little bit. You know? Smacking him around, bow to me. I was like, really?
Well, I'm guessing he's like his master or something now, and I don't
know
understand why, like, all of a sudden that Sonata's intimidating by James Storm. That's what I want to know. I don't mind the storyline. I'm not going to say it's a dumb storyline because I really don't know what they're doing with it yet. But I just don't care for them not really explaining anything to us yet. Why is he, with James Storm? What did James Storm do? What did, so on and so forth.
Are they gonna play it off like James Storm, like kind of, I don't know, pays him money because he's a bank, has no money? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess we just got to keep on watching and find out. But yes, we get the X Division title match between Samoa Joe, Low Ki, and Sonata. And this match was pretty good. I thought it would have been a little bit better, but it was good. And Samoa Joe ends up being your X Division champion. He's your new champ. I dig it. I'm not sure about how you feel about that. I'm excited for it because Samoa Joe deserves some kind of title.
I mean, why are you going to have a former world champion be your X Division champion? A guy who should probably be in the main event spotlight is now basically just... They're using the X Division title to build younger guys, and the Sonata guy I thought would have been perfect to win the title. And then they basically just give it to Joe because they really have nothing else for him. Here, be the X Division champion.
Yeah, well, I guess a couple of things I comes to my mind when they say that Samoa Joe's champion. It's either they're planning on giving him the new push and he does the plain C option and he holds the X Division title for that long, which would be pretty impressive. Or they just know Samoa Joe can put on good matches with anybody and that he can lose it next month. Or
is this a way of making the title credible again?
Possibly, yeah, maybe.
Will they just ignore the X Division title like they have in the past year? I mean, they basically just ignored it and had the X Division champion off TV for a month, and then he comes back out and wrestles.
It could always make sense to me to be like, if a guy wanted to say you're Samoa Joe, before, say he wasn't the champion, and we'll just go that route. Samoa Joe. I'll just go to their better example, Abyss. Abyss knows he can't, fight for the title right now. Maybe he goes after the X Division champion instead of, going after the world title, because being the X Division champion pretty much guarantees you a title shot eventually. You know what I mean?
In a Joe and Lashley match, maybe that's not out of the question either, title for title.
Yeah, that'd be crazy to see two guys. It'd be different, but it seems like that maybe the X Division championship is another way of pushing guys to be the world champion. And instead of guys, always gunning after the world title, that X Division, it could be like almost having the X Division championship be more important than the world title, because
exactly, that's how TNA originally started. You had Jeff Jarrett was the champion for like 5 years, it seems like, and AJ Styles was running with the X Division title, and to me, I enjoyed that title way more than I enjoyed watching Jeff Jarrett face anybody.
Yeah, so they can make it, can make that title important. So maybe this is them having a weight limit rule now. Maybe that'll help. But
are we giving TNA too much credit? Because are they going to do anything with this or just drop the ball as everything else?
I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We'll see how long Samoa Joe holds that title. He would have to hold it basically for another year for him to be able to cash in the title. Well, he can lose it and maybe, get a rematch down the line. But
yeah, I was just saying really quick that if they decided to do like Joe versus Ashley at like Bound for Glory or something like that, title for title. They could always go that route. They probably won't. But, I'm just saying they could do something like that.
Yeah, because they only have 2 titles other than tag belts. So, but yeah, let's get to this ending to TNA, which okay. Dixie comes down to the ring, which, first off, that makes no sense to me. Why would you come down to the ring where a guy is threatening to throw you through a table without like security or something. Number
Yeah,
two, King Mo is a UFC fighter. He should not get beat up by Bully Ray, especially
Bellator.
on his first like real physical encounter on a show.
Beat up by Bully Ray. That's sad.
Uh, three, it makes no sense for her to fire people when there is people coming down to the ring to throw you in a table.
I know, but
Like, why would you fire your two biggest guys that are in the ring? You
you know,
know, that made no sense to me.
I really do not understand. Once her boys were all out of the ring, she just stood there. Why would you just stand there? Leave the ring.
Yeah, she didn't roll out. She didn't do anything like that. I mean, she went to the table finally, as you know, it happened. Uh, she uh, she went through it, folks. I mean, he took the brunt of the fall, basically. She hit the back of her head on the ring pretty nicely. I mean, it kind of killed it seeing her talk to him at the end of the move. But I mean, that's the cameraman's fault.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Bully went through the table, and she just hit her back and neck just hit the mat. I don't know if there was extra padding, if she had something extra on her or what. But, I mean, she bounced when she hit, so I don't know if she had her neck was hurting or her back or what. But I don't know. But, I mean, for her being a non-wrestler to do something like that, I mean, hey, I never thought she would ever do something like that.
oh, okay. Well, yeah, kudos to her for taking the bump. I mean, I guess she's going to be off TV for a little bit now, hopefully.
I mean, if you would
Uh,
have told me when she first started coming on TV and talking that she was going to go through a table, I said, no way. But
yeah, but I mean, just a lot of things kind of did make sense, like the stuff I mentioned. But other than that, yeah, nice little table bump. They announced next week on Impact we see the Dudleys versus the Hardys, correct?
yes,
So that's gonna be nice. We get the knockouts match I was telling you about, Fatal 4-Way for the title. We get the six-man tag match between MVPs, gosh, what's his name? Kenny King and Lashley versus Eric Young, Aries, and Bobby Roode. Uh,
there had rumors for Bound for Glory that it's going to be the Wolves versus the Hardys versus Team 3D for the tag titles.
well, that's something to be looking forward to.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd waste $40 on a TNA pay-per-view.
I don't think I will be either, but maybe we'll see if they can entice me to buy it. If maybe they'll just have to do another free TV pay-per-view, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
I would. There's nothing they can honestly do to make me want to order a TNA pay-per-view. Show it on TV the next week. They're going to give you the same match in a replay or a rematch on TV. So what's the point? I look what they did with Eric Young. He had a cage match, he won, and then on Impact they have him lose the title.
Yeah.
What kind of sense does that make?
Yeah.
I order the pay-per-view when we're going to have the title change hand on free TV.
I feel you. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up our TNA Impact review tonight. I thought the show was all right. The last 2 weeks I thought were way better. The crowd was good tonight. I'll give them that. I just thought the matches compared to the last 2 weeks weren't as good as I saw last week. Thought the show was kind of meh. Spud was great. Him fainting was pretty funny. Laughed at that. Yeah, Samoa Joe winning the X Division title is a good thing in my opinion. Seeing Dixie Carter go to the table and maybe be out for a couple of weeks, maybe months, is nice. But I guess we just got to see what happens in the next couple of weeks. We will be back this Sunday with our WTS Wrestling Talk Sunday episode number 5, I believe, right? 5? Yes. And some big news in WWE related and TNA news related. So we'll be definitely talking about both wrestling companies, not just on only one heavy topic like last week's episode. We'll definitely talk about both companies, especially since it'll be almost a week away from SummerSlam. But yeah, any thoughts tonight on TNA, Dave?
If you take out the hardcore spots, it wasn't really that good, but I mean, hopefully the ratings show that they did good. Hopefully, being on Spike TV, we'll see what happens. If anything further goes on the negotiations, we'll talk about it Sunday.
Yes, definitely. We got another, 2 more days to find out if any news go down with TNA, or special news. There's some, nice little tidbits to talk about with WWE. Some news coming out today, and some possibly news coming out next coming weeks. So definitely keep you updated with that, and we'll be back on Sunday, probably about 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central. So check us out then. Then we'll also be back the following day on Monday Night Raw review, the go-home show to SummerSlam.
Stay party.
Yeah, Thursday we'll do another Impact review as always. We'll be continue doing Impact reviews probably until the end of October, just to see if TNA is still on TV. And then I guess Sunday will be our Wrestling Talk episode 6 / SummerSlam prediction show. So we hope everybody can tune in and check us out then, and then we'll do our SummerSlam review after SummerSlam, of course. Yeah, a lot of info right there to take in, folks. So a lot of videos coming up in the next couple of days, so we hope everybody can join us and check them out. We really appreciate the views we've been getting from you guys and the subscriptions you guys.
Impact video was huge last week.
I'm sorry?
100 views.
Yeah, so 100 views out of 20 subscribers. I think we're doing pretty good. I appreciate everybody watching. So does Dave. We haven't seen Josh in a while, but like we said, he's been a busy man, so we don't really try to bother him too much. If he can make it, he can make it. If not, oh well. He usually runs pretty good with the two-man group right here. And like I said, we'll be back Wrestling Talk Sunday, episode number 5. I really hope you guys can join us. If you have any comments or questions down below about TNA tonight or anything, just leave them down below or subscribe and hit us up on Sunday. Any last words, Dave?
Follow and subscribe.
That's right. Follow us and subscribe. Thank you, guys. TNA, pretty good show tonight. Other than the ECW repetitive stuff, I guess we're going to have to keep up with the next couple of weeks. And and they announced Tajiri is going to be showing up to TNA for a couple of weeks. So
Next week?
I don't think next week. I think in the not the following week, but the next following. I don't know. I'm not sure.
How many more tapings for NYC?
I saw on Twitter that they have spoilers all the way up to 9/17 or something, 9/18.
Jeez.
So next month, yeah. So get ready for a lot of hardcore matches, folks. But appreciate everybody for watching tonight. We had about 3 or 4 viewers tonight. Thank you for staying up late and watching. And thank you guys and all the TNA fans for watching our videos. Have a good night.